What's up, everyone? Okay, so I know I haven't posted anything in a while, and I posted like one video of me playing Slime Rancher, but they all sucked, so I only posted the one, and I'm not gonna post anymore, because, but let's get to the topic on hand, and probably why you clicked this video, if it wasn't for me and because you're one of my friends. So, let's get this shit started, shall we? So I recently quit Tim Hortons, and I know what a lot of you are thinking. A lot of you must be like, why did you even start working at Tim Hortons in the first place? Some of you are like, dude, finally, like, you should have quit when you just got there. And it's like, well, let me tell you something. So I started working at Tim Hortons August 2013. I was just starting grade 11, I believe. And well, I needed the job because I wanted to go on this school district, how do you say voyage? Travel trip. I went on this school district trip, to... Where did I go? I'm just getting so nervous because, like, I'm really thinking, like, I never thought I would actually, like, tell you people this, you know? I'm sorry. But, so, we went to France and Spain. Absolutely beautiful. I cried at, like, all of the churches that we went to, and I was oh my gosh, I was sobbing walking into the Sagrada Familia, like... I don't know why I'm doing this. That's Italian, not Spanish. I am actually part Spanish, so if you're thinking it's like, oh, she's so pretentious being like Sagrada Familia, it's like, bitch, like I grew up with that language. Okay, shut the fuck up. Anyway, so I've been working there for almost 5 years. I quit recently. 2 weeks ago, I put in my 2-week notice because I was sick of Tim Hortons. I hated it there. And also because I didn't want to do that whole 5-year mark, you know? I didn't want to reach 5 years there. So the reason why I quit, that made me quit, was when the minimum wage increased in Canada. I don't know all Canada, but definitely in Ontario. Well... When it went from like $11.60 to $14 an hour, as expected, they would have to make some cuts. So essentially what they did, and here's the thing, before January, I was promoted to a baker like a week before, 2 weeks before. And the week before, they gave me no shifts. So I'm like, the fuck, right? But anyway. So I was just promoted to a baker, and I was like, oh, dude, this is great. I've always wanted to be a baker, be in the back, bake the goods, listen to my music, be chill and all that. It was great. My first week. The thing is that when the minimum wage increased, as some of you may know, is that Tim Hortons, what they did is that regular workers, you don't get paid breaks. Sorry, I'm on campus and I'm hearing these people and I'm in a room that I don't even know if I'm... Anyway, so if you're a baker, if you work in the afternoons, you get paid breaks. You get paid breaks regardless. So day bake here's the thing. You become a baker, you get an extra 50 cents an hour. Great, that's the baker's premium. So I became a baker at the best and worst time because I could only work in the afternoons. So here's the thing. Day bakers, they get baker's premium and paid breaks, and, you know, they just do their baking job. If you're an afternoon baker, you get paid breaks, but on top of having to do all of your baker responsibilities and having to do everything you're supposed to do as baker, you're also expected to be on call to go up front and help customers and go on drive-through and everything. You also have less time to do all of your baker responsibilities. Like, And it was also like super really stressful being in the afternoon because like I had my supervisors and my managers being like, what are you doing? Why aren't you doing fast enough? What's taking you so long? And stuff like that, you know? And it was really, really stressful. And it's like, I'm not trying to like, you know, single myself out, but I was going through and am still going through really horrible situations with important people in my life. Alright, so you will have to forgive me because it's raining outside and I just had a shift at my new job and now I'm currently at a Tim Hortons. The irony, isn't it? So this is just really crazy. Like, guys, I'm tired, I'm sweaty, it's raining outside. As you can see, like, my lipstick is just not having it anymore. Neither is my hair. I straightened my bangs and now it's all poofy, frizzy. Now, I believe what I was saying earlier is that, well, how stressful it was. So yeah, it sucked being an afternoon baker. It was because of that extra stress. That, like, ever since the minimum wage increased and all the stress and the anxiety and, you know, being a baker and all that, like, that just finished it for me. And, well, people were just, like, they expect so much from you. And I feel like that's a thing for, like, all jobs, but it's kind of unfair. I mean, now here's the thing with Tim Hortons, alright? Now I'm talking to you as a previous worker. I've worked there for almost 5 years, alright? So I'm telling you that at Tim Hortons, people need to chill the fuck down, alright? They need to chill the fuck down. It is a minimum wage job. Before the minimum wage increased, there were about 12 people on days and about 5, 6, maybe 7, I'm not quite sure, in the afternoon. And here's what sucks about the minimum wage being increased. With that, there was less people. They cut people down. And then, so on days, there was about 10 or 11, I'm not sure. And then on afternoons, I can tell you for sure there was like flat out 5 until like 7 p.m. And then like 2 people would leave by then. And then only 1 new person would come in from like 7 to 11. And they would cut shifts down. So people would come in for like a 3-hour shift. I came in for 4-hour shifts. And I know this is like a total legal thing in Ontario, that you are not obligated to have a break if you work 3 to 4 hours. But like, that's tiring, man, especially with like such a high-paced job, being on drive-through, being up front with all these people, these cranky people. Oh, people are such bitches. If you are a customer at Tim Hortons and you are one cranky, demanding, spoiled, bitch-ass customer, why? Calm down. We have a life just as much as you do. We're trying to just make it. Calm down. And holy shit, you know what? I'm going to make another video separately, just like bitching. Like, it's just going to be me spoiledly complaining about people as customers, okay? Like, it pisses me the fuck off. But anyway, with the person, with 1 or 2 less people, it was worse, you know, because you had to pick up what 1 extra person would have been able to do. And like, that's split between 5 people. It's like, oh yeah, it should be easy, it should be fine. It's not, man. That 1 extra person covers breaks so the other people can take breaks. Now it's just like, hey, you need to take your break now, you know? I don't know. But my new job is great. I love it. I'm not going to tell you what it is, though. Secret. Unless you follow me on Instagram or Snapchat, then you already know. Anyway, So, as I was saying, Tim Hortons, minimum wage job. People, not just customers, the people that work here, it's like, dude, calm down. All right? If this is your full-time job and you have nothing else, I can understand why you give a shit. But other than that, like, you don't need to be a bitch about it. Hello, what are you doing here? Right, sorry. So, I believe what I was saying was that people need to chill out because... Wait, people have full-time jobs. Sorry, there was a little minor interruption. I had to help the friend out with her chemistry. I like that friend. She's really pretty and really nice. I'm so gay for her. Anyway, so one thing that I did want to mention was that I actually have a story of why I started hating Tim Hortons so much. Actually, why I started hating to work days. Here's the thing. When I first started at Tim Hortons, for the first 2 years of my job here, I was the sandwich girl because I was so good at mornings, Saturdays and Sundays, sandwich unit. Now, people... The thing with Tim Hortons is that it wasn't a groupie, it was a groupie environment. So if you didn't fit in with the people you were working with, it was really hard to work. Sorry, I thought I had a little click here. Now, working at Tim Hortons was tough for me because, let's see, I am a high school girl who doesn't have, like, I don't go out drinking, I don't go out partying, I've never been with anyone. And I spent my free time either studying or playing video games or watching anime. So there was not a lot of people that I worked with who were into that. And when I tried to get along with people, because I wasn't able to relate to them, so like commonly, like I didn't have a lot of in common with them, I felt very shunned, I felt very left out, and obviously it's not something that I could bring to my supervisors or my managers, you know, because, well, first of all, I didn't feel comfortable with any of them, and this isn't just me, like, I am a very social person. If there's a problem, I will be like, hey, dude, this is the problem, it's not okay. At Tim Hortons, if you work at Tim Hortons, you're automatically kind of part of a clique. And if you don't fit into that clique that you got hired at, it's gonna be tough, you know? It makes the hours go by like forever, and that sucks. I hated it. Now, here's another thing. I would actually like to tell you a story. When I first started here in my first year, I had a shift, obviously, and I was actually so sick. Like, ever since I got in, I was like, hey, is there any chance that, like, can I go home early? Like, I really need to. They were like, okay, we'll think about it. You know, you asked for it. It's the thing with morning shifts is that you ask to go home early first, you most likely will. As in, if there's someone that can go home, it'll be you, because first come, first serve. Here's the thing, though. I kept asking. This is a 15-year-old girl, okay? And she's horribly sick. Like, that kind of, like, knives in your throat kind of thing. You can barely talk. They put me on orders for hours. They put me on sandwich unit and everything. I was sick, you know? I could have called in, but, you know, I didn't call in enough time, and I didn't think it was that bad. My mistake. I've never done anything like that after. Because here's what happened. I kept asking and asking. My manager and my supervisor didn't believe me. I was actually horribly sick. And there was a baker girl who was saying, oh, that's so unlucky of you. And I'm like, dude, yeah, I know. She's like, all I have to do is say that I'm sick and I'll get sent home because they like me. And I'm like, wait, so Because they liked her, if she said that, oh, I'm sick, I need to go home, they'll send her home. But in my case, like, I could tell this supervisor did not like me. Because she didn't like me, I had to stay there. And I was sick. You want to know when they sent me home? When I threw up. Threw up in the washroom. Someone saw me kneeling. Okay, and I remember hearing someone say, guys, she's throwing up. You need to send her home. They were like, and then the supervisor came in, it's like, okay, you can go home now. Are you fucking kidding me? And then I threw up in the washroom, and then I was like, growling, I was like, and I remember throwing up in the garbage down the hall too. But like, and this was a supervisor that you could tell cared way too much about her job. Okay, I can understand that you're a full-time person. Oh, is that? Oh well. Like, I just hate it. The fact that there were people like that who, I don't even know if it was because she cared about her job so much, or she wanted everything done, or she just didn't like me, but you don't do that to someone. If someone says they're sick, and you work in a food environment, you send that person home, alright? Because you are infecting, there's a possibility of you infecting all of your other customers. And this supervisor, you want to know what she does? I'm not going to name any names here. I think she knows who she is, or her friends know who she is, or her family members. I don't care. I don't work here anymore. But she comes in sick. She has flat out announced, oh, I even come to work when I'm sick. I don't care. I have a job to do. You fucking idiot. Are you serious? You come in on purpose when you're sick? You don't really care. What? I can't even. When you work in food? Holy shit. Fucking idiot. That's so stupid. Anyway, I was really mad about that. And I still am. And I'm 21. That was 6 years ago. It was a scarring moment for me. Anyway. The same supervisor who is now a manager. Oh no, I think we know who she is. I don't care. When I first became a baker, I can't help being slow. I can't help it. Like, it's not like I'm doing it on purpose. I'm just trying to do my job and do it properly. I didn't have that much training. Anyway, she would be like, at the beginning of your shift, you need to make sure that you have everything, and anything that you don't have, you start making fucking, oh my god. Like, it's infuriating because I can only do so much doing 2 jobs being paid for 1. I don't know, I'm sorry, I was just infuriated by that. Another thing about Tim Hortons is coffee, not that good. For me, like, I'm not too much into Starbucks, but I do love their blossoming rose tea lattes. I'm more into Second Cup, or actually, I've never had Starbucks coffee. Second Cup, though, 10 out of 10. I would love to work at Second Cup. Oh my gosh. Or Williams. They have the best drinks. And they have, like, these amazing little desserts that aren't as cheap as Tim Hortons. Christ. But anyway, for me, Tim Hortons coffee tastes like blood. It is bitter. It is distasteful. Like, no wonder people drink it in the morning, because those people have no souls. They have nothing. They don't even care what they're putting into their bodies. This just... Ugh. I don't like it. No gracias. The only reason... But I can understand. Here's the thing. The only reason I come to Tim Hortons is because I'm fucking poor. Sometimes I have no other choice. You know? Like, medium coffee, $1.75. Fine. You want a medium coffee at Second Cup or Starbucks? That's like over $2-3. Hell, at Starbucks... Oh no, wait, I actually don't know how coffee is at Starbucks. I know their lattes are so worth $5. But anyway, so Tim Hortons is cheap. Okay, great. It helps with your money problems, or, when you're trying to save on a dime and stuff like that. But it's not worth it. And take it from a baker, all right? Take it from a baker. Actually, not even from just a baker. As a regular customer, the food is not that good. Let's face it. Everything's frozen. Everything's prepackaged. Why do they even call us a baker? We don't bake anything. It's fake. Literally everything comes in frozen boxes. And then we just put it in the oven, take it out, and serve it. Or chicken, not that good. Alright? Okay, it's a fast food thing. I get it. But still, wouldn't you, care more? I don't know. Here's another thing I would like to add. Now, ever since the minimum wage increased, they've cut people. They've cut hours. If you were, because, you're paying your people extra, but why, if you're trying to save money so that you can still gain some and everything, you're cutting people out, but you're spending more money getting new things in. We now sell 2 types of water, Tim Hortons water and Smart water. We sell vitamin water now. I don't know why I say we sell, but Tim Hortons sells vitamin water now. And they sell pecan tarts. Ooh. They're from the factory. They're not even Tim Horton pecan tarts. They're the same ones you buy at Walmart. All right? Just without the labeling or the sticker thing. It's the same. Now, here's another thing. Everyone here hates their job. How many people here do you know actually hi, welcome to Tim Hortons, how can I help you? I was like that. I used to be. First 3 years, I was that perky, cheerful person you hear on drive-thru or see when you come in on the front. Ooh, do you have any idea how many people's, I made their day. I've had people hear my order on drive-thru. I take their order on drive-thru. They would come up to the window with their food. It's tell that girl with the lovely voice, she just made my day. And I'm like, that's me. And then I'd help him in the window. Oh, here's your change. Have a good day. And he's like, oh, thank you, sweetheart. You too. The fact that I make people's day. I wish I could say it was worth working here, but it's not. This place sucks. It is absolutely horrid, okay? Now I know, they're like, okay, you shouldn't be hating on Tim Hortons. They gave you a job. Yeah, they did. I'm grateful they hired me. Doesn't give them the right to treat their people like shit. Or maybe it was just me. I don't know. Maybe it was just me. If I had the money, I wouldn't go here at all. Except for roll-up time. I feel like Tim Hortons makes most of their money out of roll-up. Every year, that's where they make their money. Because there's no way that they make that without roll-up, they would make enough money to be Tim Hortons and have all this Tim Hortons merchandise and all these new products. Tim Hortons doesn't, I feel like when they hire, they are so desperate to hire, they just hire you. So if you're desperate for looking for a job and don't care and really need the money, work at Tim Hortons. They don't care. People that come in when they're new, holy shit. Dude, I was a teenager once, alright? I still have some teenage qualities. But holy fucking shit. Are the teenagers nowadays absolute fucking garbage of people. These people are horrible. They're so arrogant. They don't do anything. They're so sassy. And sassy in a bad way, let me tell you. My gosh. Oh, it's midnight. I should probably be home. Oh well, I'm here recording on why I quit Tim Hortons. Did I get to that point? Yeah, I quit because it's a horrible place. Okay? I was treated like shit. There was this one time when I first started, it was my 5th training day. I asked a guy to repeat his order, and then he yelled and repeated his order, and then threw his money at me. He's in jail now, I think. Not because of that, but like, he was actually banned from Tim Hortons a couple of times. I feel like Tim Hortons, it's a homey place, but it's not the place that you want to make your home. I get it, it's Canadian, it has its history, but now it just sucks. Honestly, like, if you have the choice to go and put your money and give your money away, don't give it to Tim Hortons. Alright? Please, like, dude, if you haven't tried Second Cup, go to Second Cup. Or Planet Bean. There's even a bird place. A place where they serve coffee in Guelph, where they serve coffee that they grow without pesticides so that it doesn't kill any birds or anything. Too bad it's so far away, and I'm really poor. Anyway, so why I quit Tim Hortons. People suck, the job sucks. If you have the choice, don't work here. If you're applying everywhere, Tim Hortons hires you first, another place hires you, go with the other place. Okay? And I would never speak badly about my new job because, oh my gosh, it's fantastic. I love it so much. It's a minimum wage job, but I love it so much. It's so much better than Tim Hortons. Well, actually, everything's better than Tim Hortons. Now, I think that's it. Now, I'm sorry this was a long video. Thank you guys for watching. If you watched this and if you found it entertaining, I appreciate that too. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to actually like speak like I usually do. I'm in a public place. I don't want to be yelling. Not to mention I'm talking about why I quit Tim Hortons at Tim Hortons. It's the only place that's open 24/7 nearby. Anyway, I've jabbered on blah 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 on enough. I'm sorry about my hair and everything. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. I forgot how I do my outros. Bye bye.